We're on.
Hello gamers, and welcome to a review of Far Cry 4. I might sound different because I'm over a Skype call and not next to Grant, but, what do you have to say about this, Grant?
So, yeah, new review, new series pretty much. And today we're going to be looking at Far Cry 4. One of the best and worst installments to the Far Cry series. And we will explain why.
Well, first off, a main reason I didn't like, because I'm gonna start with a bad note but end with a good one because that's just how I roll. One reason I didn't like it was definitely it was really short. I mean, it had 32 campaign missions all in all. I thought it was 32 per act at first, but no, it was just 32 missions, 3 or 4 acts, I think. 4, I'm pretty sure. And it really was just a short game versus the third, which really was amazing because you experienced a lot more in the third than you did the fourth. And I mean, the character design obviously was better in the third.
And speaking of character design, let's go into the characters' stories. We meet Ajay Gale as he enters this new world, pretty much to him, or in the homeland, to spread his mother's ashes. He meets an evil king, and then starts pretty much slaughtering everybody. Now think about the beginning of Far Cry 3. It was Jason and his friends who went out on a vacation, but only to be captured by pirates. My favorite scene in gaming history pretty much happened in that game. When Jason is running through the forest to try and escape the pirates, a pirate jumps out at him, and what Jason has to do is stab him. The thing we see next was pretty much showed how Jason was. He was a nice person. He didn't want anything to do with killing. The minute he stabbed him, he slowly backed away and looked at his hands and shivered. And what happens when we first meet Ajay? He's killing everybody for no reason, with no remorse.
Exactly. Like, really, the minute you meet Ajay, it's all like, hey, so we basically just saw our friend Darpan get taken down to be tortured. Let's go explore the house and see what happens. And you literally get the mission to explore the house. While exploring, you see Darpan being tortured. No, you don't back up and run. You don't scream for help. You don't shiver or shake. You keep on walking. You walk to a door where people bust. You open the door and people are busting through with freaking guns. You don't ask, hey, what the heck's going on? No, you follow them. You follow the people with guns who have been targeted as terrorists. While going, you go into a car. You get a gun. I'm pretty sure it was a Scorpion. After getting this gun, this terrorist leader, Sabal, looks towards you and he's all like, "Get the gun, get it, and shoot!" Or it wasn't Sabal, but it was some member of the Golden Path who dies later. You get the gun, and you are shooting everyone from that moment on. The first person you kill, you don't stop to think, and you don't shake or shiver or anything. No, you just murder on a you're just like bloodlusted, murdering everyone, a slaughterer. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Ajay's story arc was terrible. You didn't get to find out anything about him. All you saw of him was just a character you play as. Nothing really like Jason, where you saw him as a person trying to survive and help his friends to escape an island, which later on you find out he can't escape. Either he gets killed, or he doesn't have the courage to leave, to face the outside world from all the blood that he had spilled. Whereas Ajay doesn't.
And also, by the time I finished with Far Cry 4, I had, my friend came up to me and they're all like, so, if you really did finish Far Cry 4, tell me some things about Ajay. I told them the most basic stuff, and then they're all like, how come you can't tell me anything? I was like, I know more about his parents than I do Ajay. I know more about Ajay's parents, Ishwari and, forgot his dad's name.
Mohan
and Ishwari, than I do Ajay. Ajay's the main character, and you wind up learning so much about his parents, but nothing about him.
And while we're on the subject, let's get on to his parents in a more positive manner. I really like the idea that they had with them, seeing as, well, they started the Golden Path, but then they started having some issues, and Ishwari cheated on Mohan with Pagan Min, the main villain. And then when she had Pagan's child, Mohan killed that child, and as revenge, Ishwari killed Mohan. And then with her son, her 3-year-old son, she was running out of the country on his shoulders. And of course, Pagan Min didn't shoot at him. And that was
Also on a positive note. Also on a positive note, what was really good was actually the fact that Mohan. I mean, not Mohan. When you're playing, you come across this thing. You come across these two characters, Yogi and I forgot the other one.
It was Reggie.
What?
Reggie.
Oh yeah, Yogi and Reggie. And these characters are hitchhikers. They've taken over your father's house, which you've come back to take. And when you meet these characters, they are hilarious. They drug you, and you find yourself in a. You go after this thing called the Shangri-La map or something. It's a piece of Shangri-La, and when you get here, you're inserted into Shangri-La. It's kind of this religious thing, and you're playing as a completely different character in a completely different dimension-y thing with new weapons and a companion, which is like this awesome white tiger that you could summon and command and stuff, and these new enemies. And while fighting all of these, you get a lot of story behind all of these demons and behind the main character. Sorry if you heard that thump. And I mean, it really just was an amazing experience to play in Shangri-La, in my opinion.
And now, less on the story, more about the actual game. The game is gorgeous, running at a 1080p and looking very, very beautiful. Even on the old gen consoles, it's one of the best games to buy on those types of consoles. It looks beautiful, and the world has been changed from flat ground to like hills, and it was very fun exploring it to see what would come out of it next.
Yeah, and also what I really loved about the world was you got to go to the freaking Himalayas, and Himalayas was really more of a once you're thrusted into the Himalayas, you really feel more of a survival experience. You have to get these oxygen masks and make sure you're not killed by any snow animals that are really vicious. And you also have to look out for pagan soldiers and pagan's crew and all that. And it really was insanely fun to go through because, and also the grappling experience. I mean, they did everything right with that. It was really just truly amazing.
Let's actually get more on the story. The story of the game is your mother died and you have to go spread her ashes in this new world called Kyrat. You meet Pagan Min. You get taken hostage by him. Well, not really, kind of, a little bit. And then after that you escape. And then you meet Sabal. He saves you. You then meet Amita, who hates Sabal for what he wants. Sabal wants the country for its religious value. Amita wants the country to actually be a country. And then what you have to do is side with either one of them. And
what winds up happening is, with this whole new leader thing, they really put a role-playing spin on it, because you go through these cutscenes and you have to make choices. You can either kill Sabal or kill Amita later on, or you can spare Sabal and spare Amita, or you can kill Pagan and spare Pagan. It really all depends on if you side with Amita or Sabal. Of course, if you side with Amita, you can either kill Sabal or spare Sabal. If you side with Sabal, you can either kill Amita or spare Amita. And then either way, you're gonna either wind up killing Pagan or sparing Pagan. I chose to spare all the characters and be a good guy, but I mean, what you guys choose is completely up to you. I mean, really, next time I play through the game, which I'm definitely going to play through, I'm choosing Sabal, I'm going to kill Amita, I'm going to kill Pagan, and just see what happens. And it truly is just amazing. And you eventually become the ruler of Kyrat. I mean, that was just amazing. Of course, there are the rebellions from Pagan's royal army and Pagan's army, period. But you become the leader of Kyrat, and through the end, you really do get to put save your mother's dying wish and put her ashes next to Lakshmana, which is your half-sister, which I thought was truly amazing.
So that's really the end of the review. Overall, the game was fun and nice, but it had a a few things that you really couldn't get past. Overall, I would say the game either gets a 6 or 7 out of 10.
I would give it a 5.5 out of 10, and I only add the 0.5 because I've kind of had a love-hate relationship with it, with the whole character design and everything. But otherwise, it really was just a great game. I do recommend getting it, but probably you should. I have it on the PS3. You should definitely wait to get it on the PS4 if you don't already have a PS4, because the significance of the graphics and everything is just significantly better. But yeah, I think that's good for now.
Okay, so
But yeah, it was a really fun game.
So anyway, thank you guys for watching, gamers, and we will see you next time. Bye.